talked to Phil Steele today, and I sized up, you know, the way it looks to me, and he pretty much agreed. And everything points in the upward direction from 3-9 for sure. And of course, they can't go 3-9 again. It just doesn't seem possible.
Mm.
Uh, because you're looking at a team that was able to play Ohio State, Michigan State, Oklahoma as well as they did. They have an easier schedule. They probably, I believe, have a slight upgrade at quarterback. I don't want to
We don't know yet.
criticize Adrian Martinez
No,
to
no.
that extent, but I think they've made a slight increase. And I think that their additions, I think the transfer portal rating that they've been given is justified. I do think that they've upgraded themselves more than anybody in the conference in the transfer portal.
I agree 100%. Now we just want to see how it all gels together on the field. I mean, obviously, we can flip over to the defensive side first and say, you really like a lot of these additions that they've brought in, but we still have question marks. I really like the collection of rush ends that they have. But then the interior has a little bit of question mark on it, and who's ready to go, who's not ready to go, and so that's going to be interesting to watch. And then in the secondary, kind of only Quentin Newsom, the guy that was there in Indianapolis, is really the only corner that we know is locked into a starting position. So we really don't know who's going to take the reins back there at safety at this point. So lots of question marks all across the board, and we talked about the offensive line, and then the tight end group too is a question mark in my mind. Without Thomas Fidone there, Travis Volkolek I think is in for a big year, but there's question marks after him. I mean, Chris Hickman, a guy that's had struggled with some injuries, and I was kind of shocked to hear last night Sean Beckton was on Sports Weekly, Husker Sports Weekly, and was breaking down that tight end position. And his concern is getting Chris Hickman's weight up there, and he said he wanted to get him up to 215, which is very disturbing that he doesn't have that much weight on him. And I mean, quite frankly, he is more of a wide receiver playing the tight end position. And then you got to hope that some of these other guys that came in that class with Fidone, like an AJ Rollins or James Carney, they start picking things up. And Nate Borkature is a guy that Sean Beckton wants to see some more out of, and Chancellor Brewington's a guy that had some big moments last year, but he's also an undersized tight end. They brought in Chase Androff this year in the class, and we haven't had a chance to see what he looks like in person. We'll see him on Monday. So that's another big question mark. And then you got a whole bunch of new faces. Obviously the quarterback room and the running back room and the wide receiver room. But, like we said, some of these additions look really nice. I mean, I believe Trey Palmer could be a 1,000-yard receiver. And then, you've got a big time competition there at the running back spot and at the quarterback spot. So, yeah, it's really going to be interesting to see how this thing all gels together, and kind of going back to Coach Frost and the pressure that he's under. That you bring in a Mark Whipple, a guy that's had a long, illustrious career, a guy that's been running offenses at all kinds of levels. I mean, he's coached in a Super Bowl, he's coached a Pro Bowl, and he kind of joked that, I was the offensive coordinator in the Pro Bowl, and I had these three guys at quarterback by the name of Breeze, Manning, and Brady. It's a pretty good group to to coach, and so it's going to be interesting to see how Coach Frost's system and Coach Whipple's systems mold together. And Coach Frost, for the first time in his career, is handing the reins over basically to the offense. But you're kidding yourself if he's not going to be involved in some of that. So yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. So I really can't blame them for really withholding a lot of information at this point, because quite frankly, nobody knows what they're going to do. I mean, Northwestern has no idea what they're going to look like when they take the field there in Dublin.